What is the hardest part of parenting? Answers seem to vary, but usually it comes down to teenagers that are rebellious and sleep deprivation from kids that don't sleep. So this here is my daughter, and this picture was taken after 79 attempts to put her to sleep. We have just started sleep training her. The issue is that my wife has been putting her to bed already asleep in her arms. What this means is that she has no idea how to fall asleep on her own. If she gets laid down, she thinks that she's going to be left and abandoned, so she starts crying. So there are two approaches that parents take with this. One approach is they say, well, your child's crying, you need to just lay them there and let them cry themselves to sleep. I completely disagree with that approach. So I go with approach 2, which is that my goal with my child is to reassure them that I'm going to be there for them, that they're safe, that they're not alone, that if they cry, I'm going to show up immediately. There are several psychological reasons that I do this that have to do with things that I think that they're going to face later in life. So this is what this approach looks like, okay? So I'm holding my baby, and she's happy. She's in my arms. She's not asleep yet. I lay her down in her bed. The moment she starts to cry, I pick her up again. It lasts 1 second. And then I hold her for a second, and then I lay her down for 2 seconds. And she cries again. I pick her up, and I hold her for 3 seconds. And I lay her down, she starts to cry, pick her up, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. And I repeat this over and over and over again until eventually I can lay her down, and she knows that if she cries, I'll pick her up. And she just lays there, and she's happy. This is after 79 times when she gotten to that point. It took a lot of attempts. After that, I could lay her down, and she was happy. She'd just lay there. And if she got lonely, she'd make out a little cry. I'd go pick her up immediately, hold her, calm her down. After she was calm, I'd lay her down again. She went to sleep great. Someone convinced me about using the other method, the cried out method, earlier on one of my first or second kids. So I tried it, and it didn't feel right. I felt like I was doing something wrong. It also didn't work. My kid got whooped into a frenzy. And then every time I went to go put them to bed after that, they cried and cried and cried. It took longer for me to reassure them. Now, some parents don't care. They're just like, oh, they'll figure it out. And they just lay them down and leave. Kid cries for hours. And I think what that child might learn is that their parents are not there for them, that they're not going to be cared for and loved. And I don't want my child to learn that at an early age. I think it's important for kids to have a safe base to return to. I think that promotes healthy emotional development. Yes, it's a bit of work up front, okay? I have had, one of my kids, it took me over 150 attempts, but they still learned it, and they sleep well now. Be there for your kids when they need you.